Good morning, everyone. Just wait for a few seconds and I'm going to share the PPT with you all. So I hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, thank you so much. So let's see what we are going to discuss today. This time we are going to discuss the business meetings. So in this section, business meetings, we are going to discuss, we are going to see that what are the business meetings, what is their purpose and why they are going to held, when they are going to held, and what are the purpose of, conducting the business meetings. So, of course, the business meetings, they are the very, very essential gatherings in the corporate world, if you're going to talk about, where the various kind of professionals, they are going to come together. Why they're coming together? To discuss their plans, to make their decisions, to discuss about the different kind of challenges, to take out the solution of some kind of problems if they arise while working in their environment. And to discuss even different kind of operations which are running in their organizations. These meetings, of course, play a very crucial role. These meetings definitely they play a very crucial role in fostering a good kind of communication and collaboration with each other and making good decisions which are going to work further for the welfare of the company. So when held in, whether they are held in personal or the virtual kind of meetings or a combination of both, sometimes business meetings, they serve the various important purposes. So first of all, we'll see the business meeting. In the first category, it comes the information gathering. So the business meetings, they provide a platform to share the important kind of updates which are happening in the daily routine or the markets, to collect the data from different sources and taking the insights for a particular project as well. So the team members, what they do actually on this information sharing platform, they are exchanging the information about the project and they are going to review the market trends. They will depict their own analysis regarding the market trends, regarding the financial performance and the other relevant topics. So this all information is being gathered in these type of business meetings. Now, the second purpose of, for holding the business meetings are for the problem solving. So these kind of meetings, when they are going to conduct for, address a certain kind of problem and to get the solution, of course, for that. So they involve the brainstorming kind of method and problem solving sessions where the participants, they are going to sit together. They will be sharing their ideas, their views regarding a particular problem, and how relevant and the most appropriate solution can be taken, most relevant solution can be taken for a particular problem after the brainstorming session. So to reach at a particular competent solution, I would like to say, they sit together and they reach out for the problem solving. So they will be collectively, they will be addressing the challenge, they will be identifying the solution, and they will be reaching to the best decision to solve that problem in an efficient manner so that their project can move forward in a better manner. Team building, of course, these business meetings, they of course help people a lot in team building. How? Because it is going to, increase the morale, and the team, they develop a good kind of cohesion between amongst themselves, and they provide an opportunity. The team members, they come in contact with each other, they interact with each other, they build relationships, and that fosters a sense of belongingness and unity. Yes, that as a company, as a team, we have to work together for a particular project, and it is really helpful for the projects to get involved emotionally as well into the minds of the team members, and of course they will be you know uh, strengthened more to achieve the targets given to them for making a project successful. Goal setting, of course, the business meetings are often used to set the goals, objectives, and targets for the teams and particular departments. So for completion of any of the tasks assigned to them, they need to set goals first of all, and then they need to make some objectives, and of course after that they are going to reach to a particular conclusion. Now let's discuss what are the different types of business meetings. If you're going to look into the screen, there are skip level kind of meetings, stand-up meetings, which are called as daily scrum as well, and the performance appraisal meeting, and the AGMs, that is annual general meetings. The first one is the skip level meetings. In this particular section, we'll see that these type of meetings, they are held between a manager and an employee. Those are not very regular in their touch. They are not direct reporting to them, but these meetings allow managers to gain insights into the work and concerns of their employees' subordinates, those who are working with them, but not in direct contact with them, for fostering the good communication level and addressing the issues that may not be raised in regular kind of team meetings. So these kind of meetings are held for that particular purpose. If we're going to talk about the stand-up meetings, these are called as daily scrums as well. So these type of meetings are actually very short, and they are happening on the daily basis, we can say as well. And they are used in agile development methodologies are being used like Scrum. And the team members, they are just standing up to keep the meeting very brief, objective, and focused, and to the points. The issues are going to be discussed very to the point and very brief and crisp, and each participant briefly update the team on their progress, what they're doing. Even on a daily basis, we can see the daily challenges that can be taken up depending upon the kind of organization they are working with and the plans for a particular day. Performance appraisal meetings, of course, are very, very important for any of the corporate world, because they are also known as the performance review, that how an employees they are working, what are their performance, a review of that and evaluation of that. And they are the scheduled meetings actually between the managers and employees to discuss their performance, how they are going in an organization, what are the further parameters are required to improve their performance, need to set goals, taking the feedback from the employees, and discuss the career development plan, what can be done in future for the further benefit of the employees, as well as which is going to be helpful for the business world later on. So these meetings are very, very essential for the employees' growth and aligning their individual goals with the organizational objectives. So these performance appraisal meetings. Now, these annual general meetings, these are the kind of annual meetings which are held by the organizations, the corporations or associations to update their shareholders. Those who are the major forces for the company. So the shareholders, the members of the particular organization, the stakeholders on the company's financial performance, that how well the company has done for the entire of the year, where does the company stand and what is its vision to be for the next coming years. So business strategies are going to business strategies are going to be discussed, that how they are going to, what strategies they are going to employ for further advancement and for the coming years. And other major decisions are taken in these kind of meetings. They also provide a platform for voting on key matters, on important matters. Even votings can be done, and electing the board members. Key attributes of a productive meeting, what are that? So if on the whole we are conducting a meeting for any purpose, any kind of meeting, so the purpose of the meeting should be very, very clear, and it should have a well defined and communicated purpose as well, so that your team members, they should be clear about what is going to be happening in the meeting and what is the purpose of conducting this meeting. Agenda. So well structured agenda, it has to be given, it has to be distributed in advance, like particular agenda, like from 9 to 5 if you are going to have a meeting. So you need to give that from 9 to 9:15 or 9 to 9:10, 10 o'clock, what are the issues which are going to be discussed, then 10 to 11. It should be planned like this. And when is the, even including your tea break, your lunch break, your evening tea and all that, it should be planned well in advance. Time management, of course, time management has to be taken care of. It is not all, it should not be happening like you are going to discuss one issue and it is going to take your 3 or 4 hours out of the 8 hours meeting, and rest of the things are going to be empty in your bag. It should not be like this. Every issue, every thing has to be given a particular time, and in that time you have to take out the best outcome of that particular thing. So we need to stick to the schedule. Participant engagement, it is the very important factor to make a meeting successful, because the active participation from all the attendees will help you to get the best outcome for your particular agenda. Preparation, of course, you need to, whenever you are going to conduct a meeting, you need to come prepared, and you must have all the relevant information regarding each and every issue concerned. More attributes of effective meetings, if you're going to see, first is the decision making. Yes, if there is a need, like if there is a requirement, ensure that decisions have to be made well in time. Assign action items with clear honors and deadlines to follow up on the discussions. So everything has to be planned in a appropriate way. Follow-up has to be taken. So you need to summarize all the key points and action items at the end of the meeting. And you need to send out the minutes of meeting minutes or notes very promptly, detailing what was discussed and what was decided in a particular meeting. Technology and logistic. Yes, of course, the necessary technology which is required to conduct a meeting, and the logistic whatever is required during the meeting, such as audio visual equipments. If we are going to talk about the visual meeting platforms, they should work smoothly to avoid disruptions in between the meeting that is going to distract the team members, those who are there for the meeting, and it will greatly help you to deviate from the your track if that is not working properly, and your purpose of meeting is going to be a failure. Meeting should always be held in a respectful environment. So you need to promote a kind of environment which is very, very respectful and professional kind of atmosphere, because where everyone is going to, deal each other with a great deal of respect. And everybody should have the right to express themselves, and there should be no fear of criticism or ridicule behavior should be there. Evaluation. Periodically, you need to evaluate the effectiveness of your meetings, that how effective your meetings were. And for that, you seek the feedback from the participants to make improvement for your further meetings that are going to be held in the near future. Meeting process, if we are going to see, it is going to start first with the preparation phase. Preparation phase may what you all need to, as an team leader, what you need to do is, first of all, you need to identify the need, that what is the need of conducting a meeting. Is it relevant to conduct a meeting or not? This could be to address a specific issue. If you're going to address some specific issue, then the meeting is going to be conducted. You want to share the updates of your company. You want to take the brainstorm ideas from your employees for a particular or certain project, or you want to make certain decisions for a particular project. For that, you are conducting meeting. So these all things beforehand should be there in your mind while planning for any of the meeting. Setting objectives, clearly define the meeting objectives. You need to define the meeting objectives well in advance. You need to, pen down your objectives and what need to be accomplished by the end of the meeting. Even that has to be taken care of. Selecting participants. Now, after identifying the need and setting objectives, you need to determine who needs to attend the meeting. Is it for all, or one on one, or with the major stakeholders, or with the immediate bosses, or some kind of other participants you need to involve in your meeting? Because that will also based on their roles, उनका role क्या है, उनके responsibilities क्या है for a particular meeting purpose. Setting the agenda. Now, create an agenda outlining the topics to be discussed along with the time allocation for each and every agenda. Like for each and every agenda, how much time has to be allocated. Choosing the meeting format. Yes. Now you need to decide the meeting format, whether the meeting will be in person, or it will be going to be a video conferencing kind of meeting, or it is going to be a hybrid of both, including both the things. Now, meeting process, execution, and I will see this meeting process, execution, and further plans, notification and communication. Now, once you have decided setting all the objectives and the need of the meeting, you need to now give the notifications and further communication with your members to whom you want to, indulge in your meeting. You need to send the meeting invitations to all the participants, and the meeting invitation include the agendas, that like what is the agenda going to be for the meeting, when the date on which you have planned the meeting, at what time they need to reach, and what is the location of your meeting. So you need to distribute the pre-meetings material as well. If somebody is, you have prepared beforehand, like any kind of material, you can say your pens, your materials, your pamphlets, your if it is a kind of product launch meeting, so product product details, that kind of pamphlet is going to be distributed before the meeting. Now, the time comes when the meeting is going to be conducted. So you need to start on time. This is one of the most important factor, that if the meeting is scheduled to be held at 9 o'clock, so it should be start well in time with a welcome message and the agenda review, main agendas of the day. So you need to address each agenda item and you need to make decisions as well at particular time. Time management has to be maintained and you need to facilitate discussion according to that. And you need to encourage the active participation from all the attendees. Recordings and documentation has to be done for meetings. So you need to assign someone to take the minute of meetings or to make notes for the meeting so that it can be distributed later on after the meeting. Key points you need to note down. Decisions which are going to be taken in the meeting, that has to be penned down, and the action items which were decided in the meeting at that particular time, even that has to be noted down for the later distribution after the meeting finishes. Record of the meeting, if appropriate, that has to be done if it is possible. Follow up and closure. Now distribute the action items which you have noted down with the person to whom you have given the responsibilities, and minutes of meeting has to be shared with everybody. You need to thank the participant and schedule the next steps then, and you have to evaluate at last the meeting effectiveness, that how effective your meeting was. Yes, there are certain meeting etiquettes which you need to keep in mind as an attendee or as a team leader. So meeting etiquettes refers to the kind of set of expected behaviors and manners which are expected from the team members as well as from the leader. So that individual should follow when participating in the meetings. So adhering to the good meeting etiquettes, that will help to create a very productive and respectful kind of meeting environment. Handling disruptions in meeting. So if on the above there is any kind of disruption which is going to be there in meetings at times, how you are going to deal with those kind of disruptions, that is also a major kind of challenge which you need to take care. Off topic discussions, like when the conversations wease, of course, gently redirect by saying when they are off the channel, conversations goes off the channel. So you need to, as a leader, you need to redirect by saying that that's a very interesting point, but let's table it for now and return to our agenda items. This maintains the focus on for which you are going to hold your meeting. Dominant participants. There are kind of participants, those who want to, just dominate themselves during the discussion, those who want to monopolize the discussions, intervene with thank you for those insights. And now let's hear from the other who have not got a chance to share their thoughts. So this will create space for all the voices. Conflict management. Yes, if there is a kind of disagreement arise on the top, acknowledge different perspectives. I appreciate your viewpoints. Let it be in a positive manner. Instead of criticizing somebody in a negative way, let's focus on the common goals and find a solution that will address the core concerns from the both sides. The agenda and the minutes of a meeting. So the agenda creation, we have seen that you have to develop a clear structured agenda with topics, time allocations, and objectives, which you need to set beforehand. Next is the distribution part, where you need to share your agenda and materials with the participants well before the meeting. You need to take the follow-up, circulate minutes of meeting minutes promptly with the clear action items and responsibility, and the minute talking. You need to record the key discussions, decision, and action items during the meeting. Now we'll see the do's and don'ts of meeting etiquettes. So if we are going to follow the effective meeting etiquettes that will, of course, will be contributing to a positive and a productive kind of experience for all kind of participant, and it will help in fostering collaboration, respect, and the most efficient outcomes which are bound to come. So this guide will be covering the do's and don'ts of the meeting, strategies for handling the disruptions and creating the effective agendas and minutes, and common challenges that the managers are going to face. So first, let's discuss the do's, meeting do's. So first of all, you need to be punctual. You need to reach on time for any of the meeting. Being late disrupts the flow and wastes other time, because there are many people those who are involved this time at a particular specific time. Further is you need to come prepared. You need to review the agenda and any pre-meeting materials if it is required. Be ready to contribute to the discussions. You'll need to listen actively. You need to pay attention to what others are saying instead of, just speaking out about your plans, and avoid interrupting. So you need to wait for your turn to speak as well. If somebody is being conveyed in the meeting, you need to speak very concisely. Be clear and concise while expressing your thoughts. Avoid rambling and go off the topics. That should not be done. You need to respect other views as well. Even if you are not agreeing with somebody, you are disagree, you need to show respect for the different opinions and ideas. And constructive criticism is always encouraged. It should not be in a destructive manner. It should be a constructive criticism. I hope this term is understood to you all. Turn off distraction. Silence your cell phone. It should not be in a ringer mode. Close unnecessary computer applications if you have opened side by side, and eliminate any potential distractions. And these all distractions has to be vanished from your agenda, main agenda. More meetings too. Use non-verbal cues. Of course, many a times we have discussed beforehand even. You need to maintain a good eye contact. You need to note when you are agree, and you need to give the proper appropriate facial expressions to show engagement that yes, of course, you are interested in somebody's voice. Raise your hands in larger meetings when there's a designated speaker. You need to raise your hands or use a digital hand raise feature to indicate that you want to speak as well. Stay on the topic. You need to stick on the agenda and avoid discussing the unrelated matters which are going to waste your time as well as others. Follow the meeting leader. Follow the meeting leader. Yes, of course. If there is a designated facilitator or a leader, you need to follow their guidance and instructions. You need to participate actively. We have already, you can share your ideas, your thoughts, everything. You have the right to share. Take notes, yes, if necessary. You need to jot down the important points and the action items during the meeting so that you may not forget the important things after the meeting. And you need to, of course, have to work later on based on the meeting parameters. Meeting don'ts. Do not interrupt when others are speaking. Wait for your turn. Avoid side conversations. You are not going to indulge in private or off topics conversation. Do not monopolize the conversation. You don't try to dominate the discussions. Give chance to everyone, and don't multitask. Unrelated work should not be. You should refrain from working on unrelated tasks during the meetings. More meeting don'ts, if you're going to see, don't be dismissive, right? You need to respect the ideas and opinions of the others. You need to, check for the contribution of the others, even if you are not agreeing with somebody. You are not going to be negative, and you're not going to be in a confrontational language. You need to maintain a positive and constructive tone. Don't bring up unresolved personal issues. If there are personal conflicts, you address them outside the meeting. Don't go off on tangents. Stick to the agenda, avoid going off the topic as it can prolong the meetings unnecessarily. Don't arrive unprepared. So you need to prepare yourself. Don't use the jargons, acronyms without explaining them. Your communication should be clear and accessible to all the participant. Don't leave the meeting before the meeting ends. Unless it is absolutely necessary, stay for the entire meeting, and don't forget to follow up, take the follow up. If you have committed to action plans, make sure to follow through on them. Handling disruptions in meeting. So side talkers politely but firmly interrupt side conversations by saying something like, excuse me, can you please, we focus on the current topic and all that. Designate a note taker. Assign someone to jot down the side topics for late discussions. If they are going to arise, you need to assign somebody to take those topics and for the later discussion. Non-verbal cues, of course, you have to take care of that. Ramblers. So the gentle guidance has to be given if somebody is going off the topic or rambling. You need to redirect them. Let's come back to the agenda. Let's come back to the point. Time limits you need to take care of. Facilitator's role. A skilled meeting facilitator can intervene by summarizing by the main points and refocusing on the discussions. Aggressors. If there are aggressors in your kind of meeting, you need to stay calm and composed, and you need to avoid getting the defensive or escalating the situation. You need to acknowledge the emotions of everyone. Use I statements. Respond using I statements to express how their behavior is affecting you or the group. Right? For example, I have written one example over here, like I feel uncomfortable when the conversation become confrontational. More strategies for handling disruptions. Opponents, if they are active listening, give opponents an opportunity to express their views fully, because if they're not able to listen to them, even that is not going to efficiently stop your meeting. Show that you are actively listening and you are considering their perspective as well. Okay? Then you have to seek a common ground where everybody's concern has to be handled very softly. Moderate the debate. If necessary, you need to set ground rules for respectful debate and establish a turn-taking system to ensure both sides are heard. Wallflowers, direct questions to the quieter participants to encourage their participation as well has to be asked. Sarah, what are your thoughts on this particular? You can direct somebody straightforwardly to get their opinions as well. Use round robin. Go around the room, ask each person to share their thought on their topic, ensuring that everyone has a chance to speak. Small group discussions. Break into the small groups discussions that will be intimidating for wallflowers. Agenda and a minute of the meeting. Effective agenda you need to create. You need to organize the agenda items as well in a logical manner, in a sequence, proper manner. Document meeting minutes. So you need to record everything, key points, decisions, and your action plans. And then you need to distribute and approve and get it approval from everybody. Challenges before managers. So what are the different challenges for the managers? Scheduling the conflicts. How to schedule the conflicts. So coordinating the availability of multiple participants can be very, very difficult, especially if the team members have busy schedule or work in different time zones. Sorry. Overly long meetings, prolonged meetings can lead to reduced productivity and the participant fatigue. Lack of clear objectives, if the meetings are not having a clear purpose or objectives. So without them, the meetings can become unfocused and unproductive. Unengaged participant, keeping participant engaged and actively contribute to the discussion is a very, very challenging task for any of the team leader. More challenges, we can see the technical issues, the language barriers, of course, the conflict resolution, resistance to change. So follow-up issues, meeting fatigue is always there, lack of inclusivity. So these all are the challenges for the managers. So now as in this global world, on a global platform, the increased use of virtual meetings, technical glitches like poor internet connectivity, audio problems, software issues, they may disrupt the meeting and may frustrate the participants if they are not getting the things for the purpose for which the meeting is being held. So the managers may need to conduct meetings with the participants from diverse culture and linguistic backgrounds. So disagreements and conflicts are going to arise during the meetings. So managers must be prepared to handle all these situations very diplomatically. They need to handle all these situations if a meeting involves a discussing change in the process, strategies, policies. Some participant may resist these kind of changes. So as a leader, as a boss, so as a manager, you need to be very, very efficient how to deal with these kind of situations diplomatically in a positive, constructive manner. So dear students, this was all about for the today's agenda. So we have tried to finish and picked up everything. I hope you understood. So thank you so much for this week, and we'll be meeting next week with the new topic. Thank you so much for attending the class. Have a great day. Any queries from your side? Thank you so much.